A lot of music producers are hoarders. We hoard a bunch of sounds. We purchase sound kits and drum packs and all types of sounds, and we only end up using the same drums, the same kick, the same snare, because we're developing our sound and it's what we like. So we find our go-to sounds. And then a couple months have passed by and then we end up purchasing more sounds. I know I personally have over 1,000 sounds. And then I have my go-tos that I just always use. But what if I told you that out of all of those sounds that you have, you could be creating more sounds without having to purchase more? Sorry to the producers that sell sample packs and sound kits. All right, so for instance, with my song Blessed, versus using just one snare, I actually used 3 different sounds to create the snare for that record. And so versus just using this one, because when I first was working on the beat, this was the sound that I wanted to really stand out. This is what I wanted the actual snare to actually hit and sound like. So this is my main, this is my lead snare. It's this one here. But I wanted to add like something extra to it. Like I knew I wanted it to hit different. And your snare is like a part of the tempo. Like your drums are just gonna always be the part of the song that carries the song, that carries the tempo of the song. And so I just knew I wanted it to do more, and I wanted it to stand out more than just that one snare. So I layered it with a snap. And so by itself, it sounds like this. But then with the snap added to it, it sounds like this. Then you add in this third layer here, which is this sound. And you get this. So you got this like really loud snare. You got one that's more of like a medium snare. And then you got like this snap that just adds like this little crackle to it, which is just, again, completely different from everything else that's going on it. So when you play everything all together, you get this. Yeah. So before you decide you're going to buy another sample pack, before you buy anything else, look at the sounds that you already have. Because again, I know I have over 1,000 sounds. And so before I think about buying anything else, I haven't purchased a sound pack. Actually, I purchased one a couple months ago. But it was because this had like completely new sounds. And then this more so had ear candy, for lack of a better word. It was a sound pack by Monty Booker. And I really love his sound. I really love the sound effects that he uses. Just these different things, these different elements that like you won't think that you would hear in the record, but it could really like make a record just sound super dope and timeless. And so unless I'm looking for something like that, I'm not really finna find that in any other sound pack. But in terms of creating new snares and new hats and new drums, I'll even layer my drums sometimes where I'll do a kick that's a little punchier and then go for another kick that has some depth to it. And I'll layer those two together. And kicks can get a little interesting because you're competing with those lower frequencies. But if you go for one again that's a little punchier and maybe pitched up higher, and then you go for another one that's pitched lower, you can layer those together and really get a nice solid kick. And then once you add your 808s in, now you really got it thumping. And so production, I think, is just about layering sounds and just having fun with it, man, more than anything. I don't go into any record with a specific plan or with a specific anything in mind. It's just what feels good and what sounds good. And so if I feel like, yeah, this clap sounds good, or yeah, this snare sounds good, but it's missing something, I just start layering, not for it to sound cluttered, but for it to really have some feeling to it and really have more than just, because a lot of these samples we get, they've been sampled from something else, or they've been processed in a specific way. And so to get it sounding how you want it to sound, you could either create your own sounds, you could use the door closing as a kick, or, you know, you banging on or knocking on the desk to get, you know, a clap that you, or a snare that you may be looking for. You can really use anything. It really is just about layering and developing your sound in the way that you see fit. So I hope this video helps as always. And be sure to like, subscribe, do all of the YouTube stuff. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Appreciate it.